So just like any car enthusiast, I'm always looking for ways to kind of upgrade my vehicle, give it a cool look. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at these towing mirrors that were sent by Yita Motor. So let's open up these boxes to see what they look like and try to get them in our rig. Now I did go ahead and open them up already just to make sure that they weren't damaged, as you know, sometimes shipping and handling is not a thing anymore, especially if you're buying from the Whole Jungle website. So these are the tow mirrors. This is for the 2015. Well, this is for the Ram 1500. This is the 4th gen. Works on the 2500s, the 3500s. I believe the years is from like 2013, according to this, 2013 to 2018. So these claim to be tow mirrors. And this is what we got. Kind of looks like the ones that I have on the truck, which that's actually not good. But it has this whole chrome thing on there, so you know, that's kind of nice. And it has the turn signal LED right over there. So yeah, for a tow mirror I was expecting a little more, something a little longer, beefier, as traditional tow mirrors are just, yeah, they're just beefier. But I mean, this might work, this might look nice. So let's take out the panel, pop these in, see how they look, see how they work, and yeah, then I'll give you my thoughts. All right, so we got these Torx. These are T15, but honestly, you could just kind of pull them out. They're not really threaded in strongly. They're just more of like a push pin. I guess that's more for formality. And then over here, we're just gonna use a little pry tool, pop this out. There's a Phillips screw in here. Pop out the master switch, and then this thing, instead of like most vehicles, fortunately, Ram made this really easy. All we're gonna do is slide up and pull it out. Oh, and I can't forget, we gotta pop out this cover too. So let's get started. Now on each side you have 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and 2 on the bottom. And as you can see, Ram made that easy. Probably the easiest vehicle I've ever taken the door panels out. All right, so the panel's pretty easy to remove. So now all we got to do is take out these 3 bolts right over here. They're 10 millimeters, and plus you have this connector that's kind of taped into this mount, I guess that's what they call it, and it goes plugged into this module. So let's get these off. And I don't want to take them completely off because, well, I really don't want that thing to fall. So this connector should squeeze and pop out like so, maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Little tab's hard to get to if you look right over here. Just kind of use a pick, push it down, that pops right out. And of course, while you're here, this is the perfect opportunity to clean all this nasty stuff that typically doesn't get cleaned. Much better. Now let's get the other one. Now in this version we have 2 connectors. So I think because this feature was added later on, we plug it in like that. So let's go with the black right over here, because, well, that's what we had initially. And we're going to try this one right over here. All right. All right, not too bad looking. Let's see if these features work out of the box, of course. All right, so that's a pretty easy installation. As far as the look, I kind of like it. I will say that. But if you're going to buy these mirrors, a few things I'm going to recommend. Number one, if you're expecting to use the whole turn signal and LEDs down here, you're going to need some Alpha OBD software, and or get it programmed by a dealer or some type of high fancy scan tool. I use Alpha OBD. And if you don't have that software or the ability to, or know somebody that has the ability to use that software, the software alone is about 60 bucks. The adapter is anywhere from 50 to 150, depending if you go with a USB or Bluetooth. So that kind of adds to the cost of it. These mirrors are more for somebody who's more of an enthusiast with these type of trucks or vehicles, because even though you plug it in, you have to tell the computer and unlock these features, just like a lot of things with these Rams. Now, as far as the quality, I will say I'm not impressed. So this is so if you look at this, I'm barely putting any pressure on this, and you just see how easily it just kind of moves right over here off the kind of hinge or the pivot. And yeah, that's not good. Now on the other side, I kept the OEM ones, and if you look, I mean, that is solid. That is solid. These feel tougher, and like I talked about in the other one, you see how this is flush against that gasket right over there? Yeah, you don't have that with the other one. So the quality, I mean, it's aftermarket. What do you get? But I think these things are going for like $200. I hate to say it, but I'm not that impressed. So for the price that these things go for, roughly about $180 to $200, and they claim to be tow mirrors, I gotta say, I'm not impressed with them. Number one, tow mirrors are typically a little longer, a lot bigger, beefier. These are more just for the aesthetic portion of it. And like I talked about, I mean, you got to get this part programmed, which, I mean, it's no big deal for me because I do have that software. But as far as running it on my daily rig, I'm probably going to stick with the factory ones just because of the quality, especially this up here, which I don't like that. I don't like this over here. So I'm not 100% sure on the durability. And just, well, then again, looking at this, looks like there's glue and fibers coming out of this. So yeah, I'll put the factory ones back in. I appreciate the company for sending it out, but I mean, if you're looking for something, I guess, cheap and pretty, that might work, but for me, it's not gonna work. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll post the links to these mirrors in case you're still interested in them. Thanks for watching, and so let's go find something else to mess with.